Alright, welcome back to another YouTube video. So in this video, I'll be going over the complete automation system, as in basically which automation strategies I'm actually using, and also setting it up so you can start passing your evals and getting those payouts. Okay, so first things first, you do need a TradingView account. So go over to tradingview.com. The link will be in my description. If you are a first-time subscriber, you do get $15 off your subscription. So make sure you do click on that link in my description for that. And you also need the free version does work, but if you're actually automating the trades, you do need at least the essential plan is the bare minimum, and that's $14.95 per month. For me, I do have the premium plan, which is $59.95. It's something I would recommend, but you need at least essential for the alerts if you want to be automating your trades. So hopefully that makes sense. And then if you're trading also futures like I do, you also need the CMA groups. And that's actually $7 per month. It's a separated subscription, and both subscription is needed inside TradingView if you are trading futures like I do. Okay. So and also we'll move on to the next section basically. So one of the strategies I just came out this week is called the Legacy Horizon. So if you click on this, I added it to my favorite list. It's called Legacy Horizon. So if you add that to the chart, it would look something like this, right? So let's actually clean this up a tiny bit. So if you go to your settings tab, go to style. I like to uncheck this box so it'll only show the name of the indicator. Visibility, you leave everything as is. Properties, I don't really mess with. I make sure, on order field is check. I leave that by default. That's all I do. Go to inputs, and that's basically all I do. For the P&L dashboard, I like to uncheck this previous week as well as the previous month, trade count, and the profit factor. But this is actually personal preference, and I like to make that small. And then that's basically all I do with this one. And this one I like to uncheck this as well. And then that's pretty much all there is. It's pretty much plug and play with this indicator. And this indicator does have to be on the MNQ, and it does actually have to be on the 50-minute time frame. And make sure you're on the regular candlesticks as well. Because Legacy Horizon is actually optimized for MNQ on the 15-minute time frame with the regular candlesticks, okay? So if you look at the strategy report, let's say we're going to go back last 7 days. So it only lost one trade out of those 5 days trade. You can actually leave Mondays off. I don't find it doing well on Mondays, but we'll come back to that later. If you do last 30 days, not bad. But last 90 days, not bad either. And just go to reset. So if you go to Monday trades, it does actually increase the P&L only if you choose longs. So if you actually do shorts, it does decrease it by a lot. And or if you do both, it does actually go up a tiny bit, but it's either you can uncheck that or just do longs only on Mondays. Okay, but you can check whichever days you want. You can choose long, short, or both, but it's really up to you. On Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I do all both. Mondays, I do longs only. And then you can also do your risk to reward ratio for longs and shorts. I find 0.8 works best in this situation or this scenario. And then you can also put your dollar amount that you're willing to risk per trade. So it uses 500 by default per trade, and this takes only one trade per day. So there's no over trading, there's no revenge trading in this one, okay? So it just takes one trade per day, usually towards the end of the Asia session to the beginning of the London session. So if you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. One trade per day, that's it. The only thing you do is just do your risk per trade, and that's pretty much it. It's plug and play. So if you actually do, let's say, the beginning of August 1 to present time, so it did pretty well. Only lost like one trade this week. Last 7 days, then let's do last 30 days, and then last 90 days. So yeah, so this indicator is actually doing really well. And you can actually see it takes the longs, the ends TP, stop loss. And also if you actually look at the risk per trade, if you set it to $500 per trade, the contracts will adjust based on the amount you're risking per trade, okay? And your risk to reward ratio. So if you lose 465. If you win 372. This trade was a loser, and also this is also not repainting as well. This is the only trade it did actually loss. And then it won this trade right there, and then it won another trade right there, and then it won another trade right there as well. And you can also look, it also comes with its own P&L table. So today's trade was 372. This week I'm up $1,000. This month I'm up to $1,800. And then you can also see the trades on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays as well. So only one loss this week with that. So this one took 5 contracts, this one took 6 contracts, this one only took 4 contracts. So the contract does actually adjust based on the risk to reward and also what you're risking per trade as well. So this actually has been on a winning streak all this month, but it only took 1 loss. So this is probably the easiest indicator to actually begin with, because there's really nothing to really do. You just put it on the chart, adjust your risk if you want to go with 500, and then you just set it up. Okay, so let me show you how to set up the strategy. So you go to TradersPost.io. On the link will be my description. Use my coupon code. You do get 20% off per month off your subscription, so take advantage of that. Then you're going to go to create new strategy. Then we'll name this as testing for now. Make sure you do name it whatever you want, but be as specific as possible, especially if you're running multiple strategies. Style, you keep this by default systematic. Asset class, you can choose stocks. Options, index, or futures crypto. I choose futures. Make sure this is checked by default. That's all I do. Hit subscribe. Hit subscribe again. Choose whichever account you want. Let's say we're going to go with this demo account. Then hit create subscription, and then we're going to check auto submit, so it will actually execute the trade on its own. If you do manual submit, it will just send you a notification to your phone and you have to manually approve it. So make sure you do check auto submit for that. Allow sides, make sure you do check both sides so you can take both buys and sells. Intro type, make sure you do check market order. X order type, you also need to check market order as well, and then you hit enable, and that's all you do for this one. Then select webhook. TradingView strategy, make sure you do select this. Click on these 3 dots, click add alert. Make sure you do click message tab. You delete everything in this message and you paste the JSON message. Then just name it testing for now, but you can name it whatever you want. This is just personal preference. Then make sure you hit apply, then select webhook. Make sure this is checked by default. You want to delete this, copy, and then paste your webhook URL like that. If you want to be notified, just make sure you do check this and that. If you want to be notified as well, then hit apply, then hit create. Activating is now active, and that's how you create the automation alert. Just a couple of notes. If you do change anything in the settings, you do have to delete the alert, such as this, and then you just have to recreate the alert all over again. Okay, so if you hit exit, go to strategies. It should say enable auto submit 1 subscription. Go to strategies. It should say enable auto submit. You can just hit this one and then webhook TradingView strategy. Then just name it testing. Apply. Oopsie. This one, then just delete this. You can also generate a new one if you want to, then copy, paste. Then that's all you have to do. So basically, anytime you do change anything in the settings, you do have to delete the alert and remake the alert all over again, or it's going to go off the old settings. So make sure you do double, triple check the settings, and you should see the alarm clock. But make sure you do actually connect to a broker first. So if you go to brokers, you go to connect brokers. You can choose what if you're a broker or prop firm you want. So make sure you do that first before actually making the strategy, then the subscription. Okay. The link for the Legacy Prime plan, which includes the Horizon, will be in my description. You do get full access to my Discord community as well as my personal assistants, and you do get access to Legacy Horizon as well as a full suite of TradingView indicators. Legacy Horizon is a brand new indicator that just came out this week with only one losing day. So let's actually look at my other indicator called the Legacy Sniper Bot. So if you click on this, there's a Sniper Bot strategy version and an indicator version. So we're gonna use the strategy version. And this is also a non-repainting indicator as well. So if you select the settings, I like to uncheck this last box because I don't need this extra data. Visibility, you leave everything as is. Properties, I like to check on order fill. Go back to inputs, and it comes with a preset mode. Okay, so this MNQ 1 minute, 5C just means 5 contracts, but in this case we're going to select MNQ 1 minute, risking $500 per trade, V2 as in version 2. So we're going to select that, and then it's going to hold on, there you go, oopsie. So we're gonna select 1 minute, okay? So preset meaning you have to be on the MNQ, which I am, and the 1 minute time frame, which I am. So that's how I name these presets, the ticker plus the time frame you have to be on. And then for the P&L dashboard, I like to uncheck previous, weekly, previous month, trade counts in this as well. Then I like to make this small, and then that's the only change I do. And just note, it doesn't matter what settings you actually change, nothing will change since I have a preset selected. So you can either select my preset, that is what I'm using at the moment, or you can select custom, and then you can select whatever settings you want. Hopefully that makes sense. But for this video, I'm just gonna go with my preset, and then after that, then you just make the alert. It's really that easy, it's really that simple. And this is a non-repainting indicator, and this takes 1 trade per session. So it trades Asia, London, and New York session only. So we do last 7 days. So last 7 days was pretty good. Let's do last 30 days. So last 30 days was good. Let's do last 90 days. Give it a second. So last 90 days was actually really good too. So, and also I will also have the document in my Discord community with the settings for the presets. So you know exactly what was selected, and you can also modify those presets as well. So that document will be in my Discord. So you can select the settings manually and then adjust it to whatever you want. So let's see how it did good for this month. So let's do August 1 to August 14. So not bad, only lost about 5 trades, so up $4,000 for this month. And also it comes with the P&L table, and they only lost 1 trade this week. which was Thursday, but it won 1,200 on Tuesday. So you're basically up almost $8,000 for this month. And that's the legacy sniper bot V6, also one of the top indicators. And then you can obviously automate this with the exact same process as I showed you earlier. And I also added a break even feature. So whenever it moves like 65% profit, then the stop loss will shrink so it becomes break even. But there's also 10 points above entry. So which means I'll be gaining at least $50. So when you see these types of zones, it means the stop loss moved to break even already. Like this one, obviously this went straight to stop loss, so no break even feature right there. And then this one went straight. I'm not sure why this didn't go to break even, but this one was a straight stop loss. So you can actually just trade Asian London session. I typically don't trade New York session though. So both of these triggered break even. So this was a full take profit, both of them. This was also a full take profit as well. So that's that. So let's move on to the next indicator on this list. So the next indicator on this list is going to be the legacy ProEdge V6 core strategy. So let's add that to the chart. Same thing, we're going to actually uncheck this last box. Then we're going to uncheck these signals. So the chart doesn't look messy. And then properties, we're going to check on order fill. And for the same thing, we do have preset mode. I'm typically going to use the M&Q 45 seconds balance V3. 5C just means 5 contracts. So we're going to select that. Same thing, P on the table, we're going to make that small. We're going to check previous week, previous month. And then since this is actually on the 45-second time frame, we do have to select the 45-second time frame. But this is only available on the premium plan, but it's what this indicator is optimized for. So let's go back to this last 7 days. See, so 7 days was pretty good, 81%, not bad. Let's do last 30 days. So 30 days was also pretty good too, and let's go to last 90 days. And this is also another non-repainting indicator as well. So last 90 days was actually really good. Let's actually go back last 365 days. A second to load. It only also had one losing day, so basically all my strategies basically had just one losing day this week, but all 3 strategies were all actually positive this week. But also just another plug and play, you can just select a preset and then just automate it. So this is pretty good. And like I said, the document will be in my Discord group, so you will know what settings was selected, and then you can modify it from there as well. But I'm not going to go in depth with all these settings because it will make this video too long. But that's all I want to talk about in this video. So if you do like this video, please drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next week's video.